Well, hello, you delightful people.
Hi.
Welcome to Thursday.
Woo!
It's time for the Caprison. Hello. Welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, Jason.
Woo!
Hello.
Come bid with us.
Guten Morgen. Yeah.
Capricons indeed, Ghost Hunter.
Caprison time.
Here, why don't you have two while you're at it?
But this one's all warm.
Warm Capricon is no go.
Warm Caprison is not a
I
Caprison.
don't think you know how to tell the difference. They're all horrible.
Excuse
They're all
me.
horrible. Like, would you like a plastic package for sugar?
Yes, always.
Instead, I get some weird
What's going on, chat?
metallic-y plastic. It's gross.
I got my hairs, dude.
Ah, man, over here, Jason, with a nice clean haircut.
My microphone's not off. It's on. It's probably turned down. You can turn it up a little bit. A little bit more. Like that? That's fine. No, down.
Turn it all the way
A
up.
little bit down. Okay. Now I think we're right. She's trying to kill you guys.
You hit red a little bit.
I get a little loud.
You do.
It's been known to happen.
I need to get a bottle of Evian
What's up, yo?
and cross out the E and write an A and have the bottle of water here for whenever Evian shows up, so I can say that I'm enjoying a nice bottle of Evian. That sounded really weird. I'll be honest.
I want you to think about what you
I
just
didn't
said.
think that one through. I'm telling you, it's just the Caprison.
We have a job opening.
So, Jordan, when you
We
drink
might have two job
when you
openings
drink a
before the end of
Capricon,
stream.
do you suck the life out of it?
No. Sounds like you do.
I do.
Might have two job openings soon, chat.
What the heck? Let's have 3 or 4.
Won't happen.
Hey, look, if we have 4, then you get your quiet place back. Just think about that.
At least one. At least one, chat.
Bashing all your holes drinking. East Jordan. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday.
I quit.
There's 3 job openings now.
Yay!
General Ginkgo, where do I apply?
I quit.
Message
Can
support.
you be a semi respectful studio painter?
Here's what you do. General Ginkgo, you say, hey, you message support and you go, hey, I was told on stream yesterday to apply for Jason's job. And Jordan's job. And Shelby's job.
We can apply for all 3. I mean,
Why
I guess
not?
you can, but
What are you doing, Jason?
I'm just putting matte varnish, testing the matte varnish formula on it because I can't seem to get around to testing it otherwise.
Live on stream,
Yeah,
everyone.
it's true. I keep
doing it
getting on
live.
about it.
I mean, this is the test, right? If this is gonna work and be good, it will work.
Wow.
Airbrush is even
this is
easier.
exciting stuff.
You test the hand application, and if the hand application works, you're good, generally.
I'm so excited.
I'm enthralled by this.
Yeah.
I just want to watch the
Can't
paint
wait
dry.
to see.
Too glossy.
Well, it's so wet.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
You just like you send a message to the person after you buy it. You're like, why is this matte varnish so glossy? Because you haven't let it dry yet. You.
Do you think anyone would actually do that?
I will only move to
Have you
World
answered
HQ.
any of our customer service emails before, Shelby?
I have. So then that make me take a step back from my
have they
computer.
assigned you any of the very trolly ones?
Oh no,
Or have you been lucky enough to miss those?
I
so
can
far?
go through and look at them, and then I just
pass all the
I
terrible
respond
ones
very
off.
sweetly and like overly like excited.
Oh, Jason, I have to show you the improvements that we made to this model yesterday while you were not here.
That doesn't sound good at all.
No, it's actually
It's
fantastic.
really great.
Look what we put on his back.
Oh, nice.
We put the bomb heart on his back.
Nice.
And we stuck to the denim. So we're doing denim. He's got a cool bomb heart on his back. I'm gonna fit a bomb snail on here somewhere,
Oh, wow.
but you
Going
know,
the whole 9 yards.
he's really hobby nerding himself out.
He's a big fan.
He's a big fan. One might say the largest of fans.
Mm.
The largest of fans?
Yeah. Take that as you will.
I'm not. Okay.
Yep. Just roll with it.
Okay.
Just soak up the knowledge and then dispel it.
Someone said yesterday that bomb snail sounds like a whiskey brand.
That would be a really funny whiskey brand.
It would be.
You know, oh my gosh.
All the others are dead, so he's got to represent.
I know what it is too. The carafe is the bomb on the back of the snail. So you sell it and it's got the snail.
Like a glass skull, like the vodka that comes in a skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the bomb is the carafe and it's got a little cork in the top where the fuse goes.
I like it.
I actually love this.
I
And then
like
you
it.
can have like a little fuse dangling off of the cork too.
As if we weren't already competing with Elon Musk for richest man. Now we've definitely got him.
Hey, I'm just saying, I've got ideas and ideas and ideas on what we can do to
Pass
market our
Elon Musk.
silliness. Or a bomb sale sticker on the Jack Daniels bottle. We're already doing we're doing a big old noosh sign on the Jack Daniels bottle.
Mm. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I don't know where to put the bomb snail.
I thought that it would be really cool to have it as a tattoo, but the guy doesn't have arms.
No, it would be a really cool tattoo.
If he had arms, 100% he would have tattoos.
Yeah.
He'd have a bomb sale tattoo. I would have done the heart as a tattoo. Would have been more traditionally.
Mom.
Yeah, mom. The heart with the arrow through it.
I think if he had arms, then we would have put the bomb heart on his arm
Oh, 100%.
and the bomb snail on the back.
Yeah, we could have done that.
But he don't have arms.
He don't have arms.
Can't get around that.
He does not have arms.
You
are
did
correct.
talk about potentially doing a neck tattoo.
I did. I was saying that I could do the bomb snail as a neck tattoo. I was thinking about it. A nice little subtle bomb snail thrown in there.
Not sure
Yeah.
neck tattoos are ever subtle.
I mean, it's subtle on this model because it's relatively hidden, right? But I don't know. Jason's mileage may vary on whether or not he approves of said marketing.
Are you talking?
Source said he doesn't have a butt either, but he still has a tramp stamp tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
We
he
decided that
does.
it would say new shit.
New shit. Where is my warm gray?
So how is everybody's week going? Sorry I missed you yesterday. I will miss you again tomorrow. I'm
Yeah.
horrible, aren't I?
It's true.
Everybody's out
Not
tomorrow.
here
Well, not
tomorrow.
everybody. A lot of people are out tomorrow.
6 of us.
Christopher and I are going to have a grand old time.
Oh, it's gonna be
On stream.
crazy.
I apologize in advance, chat,
Yeah.
for what you're going to have to go through tomorrow.
I'm just gonna say
It was proposed to me, and I just shook my head and left the room. So,
I don't even think we really asked for permission.
oh no,
Like, we just said
no,
this is
you
what
just
we're
like,
doing.
this is what we're doing. I was like, whoop, whoopsie. I looked at both of them. I said, can you behave? And they both said no, and I gave up. I
No,
threw in
no.
the towel immediately. I
No,
was like,
Mike,
all right.
I will be here tomorrow, and
Yes.
Christmas sushi will be here tomorrow. Jason and Jen will not be here tomorrow.
Nope.
I'll back away slowly. Nope.
Celebi will be here tomorrow, but she says she doesn't like hanging out with you people more than one day at a time.
Wow, I can't believe he's just blatantly lying to you.
Are you kidding me? She would love to be on that stream tomorrow.
I would love it with every fiber of my being. But somebody has to hold down the fort.
That is also true. And somehow the youngest of us is the most responsible.
Funny how that works.
Funny how that works.
She's an old soul. Been completely redoing a spreadsheet for phishing test metrics for your company that is over 100,000 users. That sounds fun. I'm gonna lead with that, and then I'm gonna follow with, "Wow, I really feel for you." You can choose whichever one of those you need. If you need sympathy, you can do the second. If you're looking for that gung-ho, get fired up, you can use the first. I'm here for you. I got you. I got you. She hasn't learned that responsibility is for suckers.
Wow.
Don't tell her she gets a sucker. See? See where this just went? Now she expects suckers. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike.
I do expect
Instead of more models, send suckers.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do that, by the way. I'm just realizing what trouble we might have gotten ourselves into. He's like, "Oh, you're in trouble."
Of all of the people who you could have said that to, probably not Mike.
I didn't think this through, Mike, and I need you to again focus on the whole having kids and paying for their college part of your life. You just started your first playthrough of Elden Ring. Do you have any tips?
Oh,
don't die.
Have fun.
Don't die and have lots of fun. It's one of my favorite games.
My one and only recommendation, and this is the only one you will ever need, do not look up anything for the first 20 hours that you play that game. Just go. Go places, discover things, die a lot, have fun. And
I'm going to need you to go from the
it.
starting place when you get through and you come out into the world. I'm going to need you to then take an immediate left, hard left, and run to the castle. Get the bonfire right in front of the castle, which is going to give you the horse. And then I'm going to need you to ride that horse straight up into the castle. Okay? That's the first thing you do. That'll teach you everything you need to know about Elden Ring.
I have a feeling that's not
Ready?
what you should
Go.
do at all. Just a slight suspicion that that's a terrible idea.
Actually, what you should do is once you get outside, turn to the right, go down that cliff face, and walk into that little like swampy area for a bit.
No.
And
Chris says do not do that.
do not do that.
Don't die as if that's not going to happen within the first 10 minutes. I know a lot of people that have a problem with the first like mini boss, the soldier of whatever his name is. But Brutal Burrito's like, "I'll let you know how it goes." Yes, we expect to have feedback quickly.
Yeah, I would very much like to know before the end of the stream how this is going.
Oh, wow.
The great thing about it is if you do take the left turn, you go to the castle gate, the wall, you get the horse, the whole game opens up to you at that point in time. You can get it right at the start. And you can then gallop around all over Elden Ring, collect all of the bonfires, die miserably a lot of times before you've ever even fought anything.
That's the way to do it.
Until you get the Fire Giant, because it does have a proverbial cock block at Fire Giant. You can't get to the rest of the map until you kill that boss. Right? So you can't get the whole thing, but you get a lot of it. James says, I mentioned yesterday that you weren't restocking any more Journeyman sculpts. Can you say why, James? We just are tuning back the way that we're dealing with third-party miniature manufacturers. You'll see some changes over that coming through the year. Just finished Soldier of Godric. Oh, okay, yeah. Did you die? Or did you kick his butt the first time? If you kicked his butt the first time, then maybe instead of going left and getting the horse, charge right at the guy on the golden... the guy in the golden armor on the horse as you come straight out into the world. He'll be a little up and to your left, up the hill. You'll see him coming down the hill. Just charge up and say hello to him. Do that.
You can kill him, and he does drop a cool item.
Sounds difficult.
Can kill him.
It's been done.
I just want to tell you that's enjoy yourself.
It's been done.
Enjoy yourself.
It's been done.
Dead the first time, second time didn't get hit at all. That's kind of the way that Souls games go, right? The first time is, oh, let me see what this guy. Ow, it burns!
It's like,
and then
oh,
the second
I'm
time
dead.
you pay more attention. Right?
You go,
Why would you kill the nice knight? Exactly. Just go say hi. He gives free gifts and ice cream.
Well, free gifts. Yes. Ice cream.
Free gifts.
Make sure you find the Pope. He's delightful.
I don't think free is the right word.
You know, it's funny. That's one of the hardest things to do is to run up the northwest side of the coast to the disappearing arch without dying early in the game, because you get all the like the ghost mages that magic missile your butt as you ride past them.
Did you know that the first thing that you fight in the game, the monster with the many arms and things that kills you, the thing that's designed to kill you?
The monster of many arms.
So when you first load into the game, you get out and you, when it kills you, right? Because you walk out,
Mhm.
you fight a thing, it's supposed to kill you,
Mhm.
and then you start the game after you died.
Correct.
Right? You can kill that thing,
Yes, I
and
defeated
it
it.
drops stuff.
I defeated it. It drops its sword. It's a holy sword.
And
Pair of
shield,
swords, actually.
a shield too.
It's a holy pair of swords.
Because you can get its shield too.
Everyone in Elden Ring is lovely and just wants to hug you. Yes, correct. Except for Patches. The grafted scion. Shelby, would Whirly Pop 1.5 ounce Swirl Suckers Rainbow 60-piece case be enough? Please do not do this, Mike. Please, for the love of God, do not do this.
I don't need it.
Please do not do
And
this.
neither does anybody in the office need me having that much candy.
Source does, you tried Demon Souls Remastered. 10 minutes in, you entered a room, ran into a boss that one-shot you, quit the game, and uninstalled. Had you ever played a Souls game before? Your head's right in the camera there.
Oh, sorry.
18 pounds. No, let's. Hey, Mike. Mike, I'm going to need you to step away from the keyboard. I'm going to need you to put the mouse down, buddy. Put the mouse down. I'm going to need Google to forget your credit card reference number right now.
18 pounds is too many pounds of candy.
Liza P. and Bloodborne. Oh. So, yeah.
I do want to try Lies at some point.
Yeah, so both of those are really fun, but do not prepare you unless you play all the way through Bloodborne to the expansion DLC, at which point it has one of the hardest bosses ever. But the rest of Bloodborne is too easy, comparatively speaking, to the Souls games. Demon Souls in particular is really rough.
I really want to try.
You didn't enjoy those either, Source? What? Okay, maybe it's just not your type of game then, right? I really love third-person fighting games like that. So for me, they're like the best. They are like literally the best. Bloodborne, best Soulsborne paint liquor. Yeah, Bloodborne is a lot of people's favorite. It's a lot easier to play through on the first time around. It's a lot more forgiving, but I didn't like it because it became more of the fashion Souls part of it. It didn't put enough stock in all of the weapons and armor that you find. What's going on, Ryan? Yeah, it's not bad. I always tell people you should, if you have PlayStation, get Bloodborne, play it. I wish they'd put a PC port out, but yeah, Mike woke up this morning and chose violence. 18 pounds of suckers. Don't test me.
Yeah, that's so many.
That's so many. That's so many. And they'll have my name on it, which means Phil will walk over there and go, got a box for you, thunk. There will be yet another box from OMG Mike on my desk. First time you play BioShock, you ride into the city, they open the door and invite you to go out, and you shut the game off. A little different experience from Souls games, but I can understand the choice. You played a bit of Wolong Fallen Dynasty. I have not played that one. It has a lot of naysayers, so I didn't give it a shot. Liza P. I really enjoyed, but it is fairly easy. the later you get in the game, the more your previous bosses get reused as general chaff, and that's always a little discouraging in games because they don't detune them. So having boss fights in the middle of a hallway is like a kind of a weird decision. But it's been a good game. I don't know if I'm almost to the end or not. I have been trying to avoid spoilers of the story, but I'm at the some swamp area. I've beat the King of Puppets and whatever comes after the King of Puppets. But I'm in some swamp, I think. PC Bloodborne would be a crime and you'd never forgive Sony for it? Why?
Oh, they said no PC Bloodborne is a crime.
Oh, yeah, no
But
PC
but it's
Bloodborne is a
not on
crime. Yes, it
PC.
is, definitely. It needs to be on PC. That I don't understand the whole exclusive title forever thing. It makes no sense. Skelly number 48 of 50 for Soul Blight. Oh my god, it's horrible, right? Too many skeletons. BioShock is an amazing game. Great story. I really enjoyed that game. Even when it got to be like crushing difficulty towards the end, I was like, I have to know the story.
Hey Shelby,
Ah.
can you pull up a Google image of a Jack Daniels bottle for me?
Yeah.
It's a black label with white writing.
Yeah, it's not that
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Isn't
It's all
it?
black with white. Yeah.
Okay. I screwed
super
it up.
easy.
Your father-in-law just got a
Surprised
new
you know
horse. He
that.
named it Mayo because mayonnaise. Tell. You're teaching me I need to read people's names before I read the quote.
Perfect.
Tell.
Thanks,
That's bad.
You're
Bad.
winning, Telemachus.
Bad.
You're winning.
Bad. Best way to avoid learning the plot in a Souls game is to play the game and read all the descriptions, and then to learn the plot, watch a YouTube video. There is nothing but plot that's made up by people who want to dream that that's what the plot is. Like, yeah. They've literally written a story for all the Souls games to just be like, whatever you want to think it is, go for it. Nodens, what's happening? If you haven't learned that lessons in the past 80... Jason, if you haven't learned that lesson in the past 82 months, there's no hope. Well, so... You've been tricky, Tell, because you've taken time off, and you've gotten me used to not having to police people for these horrible jokes. And then you show back up, wielding them like a sword, and it got me. So hats off to you, sir. The internet bullied Sony into reversing course on the Helldivers 2 thing. That was just stupid.
That is true and hilarious.
Just stupid. They were forcing people to go have a Sony PlayStation account even if you didn't own a PlayStation.
Yeah.
In order to play it on PC.
Yep.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever
And
heard.
and this is the other part. There are very many countries in the world where you cannot
Have a PlayStation account. Right?
Yeah.
I read that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
There are a bunch of countries in the world where you cannot have a PSN account.
That's weird.
170 plus countries, yeah.
That's a lot of countries.
Yes.
A lot of countries are worried about the fact that it's marketed to children, and when you can set up an account that gives them the ability to basically get enthralled with spending money.
Hmm.
A flipped Lucky Sig in there for flavor. Well, did you paint the butts up on the cigarettes or the...
No, I haven't painted the
Oh, yeah,
cigarettes yet. Yeah.
Shout out to the social manager who lost his job for telling the community to review bombs so they can have leverage on Sony. Oh, did that really happen? Did they get rid of that guy? That's a shame. Do you have a painted Morgan painted on the shelf? Babe J has one in his office.
Morgan? Yeah. No, Morgan's here.
Oh, is she here?
Yeah, the Morgan's here.
She here.
Well, the matte varnish worked.
Woohoo! Look at her.
That's pretty matte.
It was a limited palette challenge. Probably the harshest limited palette challenge that we ever did, actually. It was super restrictive. I think it was like 4 or 5 colors.
Good job, Matthew Varnish.
Did Steam start offering refunds to people who had owned it longer than the allotted time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Yeah, so that had to freak Sony out because they were about to lose a ton of money.
Yep.
Jade, one day I'll get to mine.
Jade, you decided to go in on the big one.
She did. And then it's just sitting in her pile of shame.
Oh dang, Shelby. Oh. Tell her how it is.
I'm just making observations based off of information that I have.
That was very professional sounding, by the way. It was not what I was listening for, but that's what I heard, and that turned out really well. So thank you for that.
Picking my colors.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hasbro didn't have anything to do with Magic originally.
You do now.
Ooh.
Yes, indeedy.
Jade, like an ice queen sort of thing. That could be fun. Calling Jack Daniels by its proper name, John Daniels, shows how Jack and John are the least exciting nickname pairing. Is that... Do people call Jack? I'm confused.
No. Not that I'm aware of.
Is Jack a nickname for John?
Yes. Also Jackson.
Wait, what? What?
Jonathan can be Jack.
Who said that?
I'm pretty sure that's the way that works.
Sounds like a lie.
That seems wrong.
That seems wrong.
Yeah, John F. Kennedy was Jack.
Oh. Well.
That just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
I
how
had
do
a
you
girlfriend
get
whose
Dick from Richard?
I had a girlfriend whose father's name was Jackson. That made sense.
Yes.
I mean, getting Dick as a nickname for Richard doesn't make a whole lot of sense either.
I want somebody to clip that.
My previous statement was even better, where I said, "How do you get Dick from Richard?"
We have a position open. We need somebody who can actually speak the English language live on television.
OMG Mike asked, if I'm getting Black Sword, is it worth getting the display one? It depends.
Black Sword?
Depends. Black Sword comes with, the display comes
Is
with
that the
like a
boat?
wolf.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
definitely get the display one.
And like a statue behind it or
It's
something.
awesome.
The display is cool.
The whole boat and the dog thing, really cool actually.
Oh, it's a boat. That makes more
Yeah,
sense.
it's the
That makes
prow
way more sense.
of the boat. What's the name of that?
Prow, yeah.
Captain Mannering said, yeah, my dad used to go by Jack as there were 4 Johns at the place he worked. What?
Yeah, that was kind of how life was like at Privateer when I was there. They had 5 Wills. Everybody just called them by their last name.
James is also Jack? I thought James was Jim.
James is definitely Jim. As popularized by the sci-fi character James T. Kirk.
Yeah, I know who that is.
No, you don't.
I shook my head. You weren't here yet when he said he wanted to drink avian. That's what Panic Mom said.
I'm sorry, Jason.
I stopped listening to you guys. I don't even know why I'm here. Who am I? Chat, save me. I'm blinking twice. You just can't see it.
Jimothy. uh, I think they're making the sci-fi references, but I can't tell. You'd have to read them, Jordan.
I don't know. Am I an authority on
You
science?
were the one. You were the one that
science
said the
fiction
name.
stuff? James Tiberius Kirk. Okay.
See, you
Game Ed
laughed.
Eli is making a Star Trek joke.
There you go.
What did he actually say? I'm a doctor, not a.
Bricklayer.
No, I don't. Was it? Oh no, yeah.
Brutal Burrito found the horse.
Lawyer doctor.
What happened after Brutal Burrito?
By the way, that glaze and wash medium stuff is great.
He's horse. Oh, Brutal Burrito died. Found the horse, died.
You had fun though, right? Did you ride right up the gullet? How far did you get? Did you get past the giant that drops down to the guys that throw the fiery bombs at you? To the ballista? How far did you get?
This sounds dangerous.
How far did you get?
It is a dangerous game, Shelby.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous game.
I always think that I want to play more video games, and then I hear about how much you die, and it just feels frustrating.
It's frustrating in one of the best sort of ways, though.
That's why you play Death Must Die. It's so good. I have all the characters max level now. Well, that's not true. I still have the assassin I gotta do one more run with. At like Darkness level 40.
Cannibalistic Zombie. The Noosh has a slightly satin finish, if I'm remembering correctly.
Noosh dry slightly satin.
So you won't get a matte finish from Noosh.
We don't have a good method for getting that much matte into a paint that stays workable that long. The matting agent will cause it to dry quicker. Always. But we got it as matte as we could.
Teeny Tiny Victories. I never really got into The Sims, actually. It seemed boring to me.
What's that?
Sims. It's like a... You make characters and they live in houses and you can like make whole stories and stuff, and it just never appealed to me.
Yeah, it was never on my list of stuff to try. I've always heard people talk about it, but never gave it a go.
Yeah. Estrello, we are not doing an oil range because we have Noosh. That is our oil medium, so to speak.
We're doing filters like you would with oils for sure. We have shown you recently on stream a sneak peek at heavy-bodied acrylics, though. So that's a thing that is coming.
This is a very exciting thing.
Vector asks, when would you Noosh versus use glaze and wash medium?
So the way we talk about it is that Noosh is a subtractive method of painting, meaning that you put the medium in with the color, put it on the model, and then take away a lot of the paint, only leaving the paint in the crevices or lightly on the surfaces as a filter where you want it. So that's what a traditional oil filter is. Not oil filter like on your car. Using oil paints to do filters in scale modeling is based on that concept. So you put a lot more paint on the model than you really need, and you wipe excess away, leaving paint in the recesses that gives you the weathering and so on and so forth. That's what Noosh is for. Glazed wash medium is an additive process, like what I'm doing now. Traditional painting is additive. You're adding paint layer by layer onto the model until you're finished. And so traditional washes are that. They provide a filter by being very low in opacity, but they're still additive. You put them on the model, you don't take them away. So that's the difference. Does that help you understand? You can do very similar things with them, but some things lend themselves more to additive process, like pen washing. Panel lining is an additive process. Filtering, like global filters and things like that, can be done really, really easy with Noosh, as opposed to additive, because adding an entire filter over the top of, say, this cloak is a lot harder than layering it with Noosh and wiping off the high spots and leaving it, different color in the shadows and such. So they're interchangeable to some extent, but there are some times where a certain one works a lot better than the other.
Estrello asked what are heavy body acrylics?
Tube acrylics is the best way to put it, although they're not all heavy body. So there's medium weight and light weight pigments, meaning basically what is the pigment load in the paint. So a heavy bodied acrylic has the most pigment you're going to get in a paint without it just being powder, basically. It's still a usable paint. And they come in a tube. I did that with Naphthol Red. They're all single pigment, and I did Naphthol Red on the cloak the other day to punch up the red on the highlights before I go in and do the final highlights on it, which I'm about to start now.
Oh.
I am very excited.
But I don't know what I'm going to use is the problem. I don't know what I want to highlight it with. I think I got to mix a color.
Nick Schmidt said, picked up Noosh recently, and it changed the way I paint. I love it.
It's an amazing product. It is something new and fun to play with, and I'm glad that people have really found a liking for it, because it is a tremendous product.
Ooh, Jade said the FLGS by them is holding a painting competition in June, and Chuck says that she should enter the Smoky Girl from the March Challenge. I agree. You should enter the Smoky Girl.
Naphthol is not from a new signature. It is a new paint line that we are creating right now. Well, that we've been working on for a long time, but I'm testing the final matteness of them. With heavy-bodied acrylics, you don't get matte paints. They're very glossy because of the fact that single pigment paints are typically glossy. Pigments themselves don't lend themselves very well for vibrancy and matte at the same time. So we've done a whole line of matte finish heavy-bodied acrylics. So very different beast than what you will find from others that is more attuned towards miniature painting. Very excited to show them to you guys and gals once we get there. Should be later this year if everything goes all right. We'll see.
Game Delay said matte varnish is short for Matthew varnish. Gloss varnish is short for Gloss-U varnish.
Gloth-U?
Gloth-U. What color did you end up doing for the highlights?
Me?
Yeah.
I am pulling Eclectic Salmon off the shelves. Is the mix that I created for my Blood Angels.
Nice.
A really good highlight for red when you want to keep it very reddish and not move too much into pink or orange. Kind of keeps me a little bit more dead centered, and I want to be able to do that here so I can get some, like, rough, threadbare kind of texture going on.
Vision Ring said, wait, you're doing tube paints?
Yep. Yep, heavy-bodied acrylics. Hopefully by Black Friday this year, but no promises. I've still got some testing to do. I've been very happy with them so far. They're matte enough to be controllable like we like to do when painting three-dimensional surfaces. My stance on that is that satin can be great in particular instances, but for most of what we do as sculpture artists is really what we're doing, right? We're painting three-dimensional sculptures. Being able to control light better is our main goal. And that's why I put the matte varnish on the cloak, because if it's shining across all the top spots here as I move the model around in the light, then I have a hard time seeing these little bitty bursts of highlight that I'm doing. Whereas right now I can see that highlight perfectly right where I put it.
What would be the benefit of using tube acrylics as opposed to like our bottled acrylics?
Well, it's the best way to get an undiluted pigment, right? You're getting the natural pigment in as close to its raw state as possible without it just being dirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, it gives you a lot more flexibility on how you want to use it from a opacity and vibrancy standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're starting from, as intense as a pigment can be. And so that's what we're trying to provide.
Gotcha.
And when you would use them would be like something that I'm doing right now, using the Naphthol red that I did the other day on just the highlight areas here. I used our liquid acrylics, our standard Pro Acryl line, for their opacity on all my base layers. And then I can start using the single pigment stuff as I move into midtones and highlights and where I would normally be glazing. That's what they wind up being very good for. The same way our transparent paints. You don't base coat with our transparent paints. Our transparent paints are basically heavy-bodied acrylics in liquid form. This is the easiest way to think of it. And so we mix them for glazes. Adding vibrancy to other colors is a great way to use the heavy-bodied acrylics as well. There's all sorts of things you can use them for. They are a more advanced painting technique because it takes you more time on the palette to get them ready to use because they're thick, right? So that's why we didn't introduce them very early on. We wanted to get closer to our full line of liquid acrylics and then add them in for those painters that like to do a lot of filtering, glazing, higher end work. But they'll be great for everybody. There will only be about maybe 32 colors.
Still a lot.
Yeah. And for those of you that may have people that paint canvases and stuff, they will be of a higher quality than Winsor Newton or pretty much anything you've ever seen. So that's a bold statement, I know. But we're not just making them to be selling you something new. We want them to be something that can really show you some value right out of the gates.
Kimberly said, Jason is always making paints that are great for everybody. When do we get the paint that's just for the thrill seekers and risk takers?
What do you think Wizard's Butt's for?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I want to know that I want to believe that there's a whole channel on ESPN someplace just for thrill-seeking artists. The X Games of miniature painting.
Spasnat said we'll need a new go bag made to hold tubes.
Ooh, that's an interesting idea.
Is quite
I'd buy Wizard's Butt if you sold it.
Well, very limited. Limited in the time we have to create the color.
Yeah.
Ruben keeps telling me he's got a great idea for it, but we don't give him time to make it. I told him this next one needs to be more than a dozen. It needs to be in the hundreds so that we can actually put it on the site and
sell it,
make it available to more people. So we'll see how that goes.
Hi, Nutrimentia. Said, why are drab brown and dark green brown identical?
Well, they're not.
They are not identical. They are different.
They're good complements to one another, but they are in no way identical.
I don't know how to pronounce that username. They asked, on the same note, I would like to get a go bag, but I use your paints as well as Chimera paints. Is there any plan to adjust the foam inserts to accommodate different paint bottles?
They accommodate everything except Chimera right now, and that's because they chose a very odd bottle that isn't something that we would have ever thought about. So unfortunately, no. We've used that same foam since 2016. We don't have any plans to change it. The Chimera bottle isn't even round, so anything we would do for them would have to be specific, and as a competitor, we're not really interested in doing that, so.
Yeah.
The current foam will hold any of the 17 mil up to our bottles and GW even, so we kind of leave it at that. I know people have done, I'll show you this. I'll do it real quick. We don't have any of their bottles here. I don't have anything. Well, our glue bottle is kind of close, yeah?
Yeah, it's a little wider.
That's how
It's a
big
little taller and a little wider.
That's how
So
big
we have
those bottles
our
are?
glue bottle is sort of similar. I mean, it because it's wider and narrower. But what you can do is take the foam and snip the area in between two circles without damaging the ability to still put paint in the circles and have it hold, right? But then at the same time, now it can fit a bottle like that. So I've seen a bunch of people do that with the go bag, right? It holds it pretty tight in there. It wastes some space. So you can imagine you're only going to get 24 bottles per foam. But if you want to carry some Chimera, just do that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it doesn't tear the foam. You can still use those holes independently. But if you want to carry Chimera in them, you can do that as well.
Ryan Wallace. All right, off to a kid's performance. See y'all.
Woo!
Yeah.
I hope they perform well.
I hope they don't screw it up.
Yeah. Tell them Jason's watching them. Some old guy named Sulfuse on the internet says you better not screw up.
I agree. Don't mess it up, kid.
Live modifications. Exactly what we're here for. If they don't, I'm disowning them. That's what Ryan said.
I'm with you, buddy. I got your back. When they say, no, you won't, Dad, you say, Slow Fuse knows. Now I'm interested to know what they're doing. Is it like choir or fencing? Like, what are we talking about here?
Ooh,
What's on the line?
that's very important.
I hope it's fencing. That would be hilarious.
I'm going to say that because my nephew is starting to get into fencing. I don't think they've done it in a while, but
Oh, really?
yeah, my nephew's not really into like physical stuff.
Fencing is pretty physical.
I mean, it can be. He loves sword work, though, the idea of it, so it would seem like it's right up his alley.
Oh, you mean like contact sport physical? Is that what you mean?
Well, I mean, all sports are physical, right?
Yeah, I'm just confused why you said that fencing wasn't physical. Cause
I didn't say fencing wasn't physical.
Oh, maybe I heard wrong. OMG Mike said, some old guy on the internet is watching you. If he tells the kids that, they're gonna think Santa's threatening them.
That's okay, too. Careful what list you get on. Of course, if we tell people I'm staring at kids, then we got bigger problems.
Nutrimentia, if you're seeing an issue with those paints, then send pictures to support at monumenthobbies.com.
Yes, please.
You will get answers faster there.
Yep. It's hard for us to kind of try and diagnose stuff here without being able to look at photos. Photos are the easiest way for us to identify what exactly is misbehaving in the paint process that you have going on, so we can figure out where.
He says
the
it's not an
issue is.
issue. It's a question of distinguishing them.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll show you right now.
Well, yeah, because he said that the two paints are identical, but
No,
they're
they're not.
but they're not.
They're not.
Oh, I see.
So
I mean,
that's-
like, just showing you right here on the bottle tops, if I can find the dark green brown and the brown drab, right?
Yeah.
Very different.
Mm-hmm.
You have to remember, brown is a color that has a tremendous amount of nuance that you use. It's one of those colors like gray, where you can have some colors that are the same value that are totally different and what they bring to the composition when you're using them. You can use these two colors together and still get quite a bit of difference out of them. Baby J used them on some, what was that? The
Plains?
Imperialis stuff.
Yeah, the planes.
Right.
Yeah, they worked really, really good for that.
They're both really good military style colors, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right. So that's drab. Right. So a little bit more yellowy tone to one, green to the other. Like I said, they play well with one another. But send us photos.
Yeah, he said he put them next to each other on a model, and it doesn't look like that.
Yeah, send us photos. We'll take a look. We got you.
Paint Liquor said that they taste identical.
There you go.
So.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, would they look different depending on the undercoat as well?
Yeah.
Brutal Burrito said, so I got the bright idea to attack the NPC right by the spawn in between fights with the knight. Now I'm just dying to a dude with a bouquet of flowers instead of the knight.
I love getting play-by-plays of Elden Ring from people while I'm doing other stuff. It's great. Because I spent a long time playing that game, so I know where all those places are. And it's so funny when I'm like, yep. Oh, you walked outside of the spawn and you turned right, went down that hill, and walked into that swampy area and got killed by a huge dragon? Yep. Welcome to Elden Ring. Yeah, when does that DLC come out, by the way?
August, they say.
August? Oh, yeah. My birthday! Yes!
I'm pretty sure it's like August.
Woo!
But then they'll probably move it to next year again.
Yeah, of course.
Do they often do that?
From Software, in my opinion, has gotten a little big for their britches. They've had so many successes that now they're just we do what we want when we want to. Doesn't seem like they really think about their fan base as much, which is hard to say when they make such great games. So I'm not mad that they make great games, but
Lawson said June 21st.
June, even better.
Estrella said, play Fallout New Vegas and take the direct route from Good Springs to New Vegas. It is perfectly safe and you'll get good loot. I don't know if it is perfectly safe.
Nothing in that game is perfectly safe.
Let's say, if that show is any indication, I shouldn't go anywhere other than where I feel safe going, which is probably nowhere. I'm gonna stay in the vault. Although, most of those places seem relatively untoward, so maybe don't stay in the vault.
I don't think you ever get a chance to stay in the vault. The vault's all blowed up.
Gabe really wants me to play Fallout with him.
76? The online one?
Yeah. Think so. Pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what he asked us to do. It was on sale not too long back, so.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Gabe to give me a compelling reason why I should do so.
Oh, dang.
Heyo!
George R.R. Martin
Hurts.
only wrote like a slight script for Elden Ring. They made it seem like he did a lot more. But he wrote kind of like I think the general gist of it.
Yeah, he wrote like the background lore for
I don't
the
know if
story.
he has anything to do with the expansion, though.
I have not heard anything about that. He
Hello,
definitely
Tech
laid the
Elf.
groundwork of the, like, the historical like narrative. He had nothing to do with like the narrative for the game itself, but he wrote the history, right? Like what Zaslin said. Which is cool. The history was the part of it that I found really compelling and really interesting. The little bits of it that you get throughout the game as you play through it. It was weird and confusing and bizarre.
Made about as much sense as any Dark Souls game.
Yeah. How therapeutic are we feeling today? I don't know, Malev. I don't know.
Hard to say.
Hard to say.
I don't ever look at Souls games for lore. It's a lost cause.
I really enjoyed the bits of lore. That was one of the things I really enjoyed about Elden Ring, actually. But I'm crazy. There's
that. Panic Bomb said, everyone took my joke so serious.
What was the joke?
About George R.R. Martin.
Oh.
This is serious conversation.
Serious nerd stuff, man.
This is serious nerd stuff.
Have you all played Baldur's Gate 3?
Nah.
Jordan, have you?
I have. Also,
Mm.
it's fine.
I know a lot of people have enjoyed it. I have not played it.
I thought it would be better than my experiences playing D&D, and it kind of just feels like playing D&D, and I
Well,
don't really care for it.
That's kind of what it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like, in a sense.
it's a little more. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly how to describe what I don't like about it.
I've played, like, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which is heavily Dungeons and Dragons.
That's very different, I think.
It is, because it's not like...
Borderlands is Borderlands.
It's not like an RPG, really. It's like a...
Yeah.
It is inspired off the Borderlands stuff, right? That Tiny Tina's?
Yeah, it's Borderlands, but you're basically, like, playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Gotcha.
With this chick. She's
RPG elements.
Yeah, she's like the dungeon master, but you are playing Borderlands.
Yeah. The story is told through the lens of you playing D&D.
Gabe says it's fantasy Borderlands.
Yeah. That's basically all it is.
Goblins with miniguns.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's goofy. In all the ways that Borderlands is. I am pretty happy with how this bottle of Jack Daniels turned out.
It looks good. Shiny. I still won't drink it, but it looks...
I still
won't drink it.
That stuff, god awful.
Yeah.
Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Switch that out every chance.
Wouldn't drink it with your worst enemy's mouth?
Nope. Anyone play Manor Lords? I don't know what that is.
Seen it. Talked about, but I haven't paid any attention to it. I'm hung up on Death Must Die, finishing Lies of P, and I can't remember what else I got.
Can you choose difficulty in all these games that you've played, Jason?
No. It's pretty much hardcore.
That's upsetting.
The whole way away.
I wish I could do
I mean, all
that.
Souls games are just what they are. They're just brutal.
There are ways to make them more and less difficult.
Lies of P sounds like I would really enjoy it, but I feel like I would just get too frustrated from dying to want to play it.
Did you try it?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
But I'm not good at video games.
Yeah,
Especially...
it's one that you need to be, you at least need to have some acumen at how to control for fighting and getting patterns down and all that. All the Souls likes are the same in that the real brutal part of them is the boss fights.
Yeah.
Not saying that the exploration isn't also brutal. You'll die a lot, but it's easier for you to circumvent the death and the exploring the levels part than it is to get past the bosses unscathed. Because a lot of it is, okay, he goes 1, 2, 3, then jumps and big swipe, and then I can poke him twice, and then I run away. And then I dodge, roll, back away, poke twice, and then run away. You have to
Yeah.
get their fight patterns down.
Oh, well, maybe I would like it.
If we used to call it stray fright. Like all the Dark Souls games, when you got to the boss, just run around them counterclockwise. And if you ran around them counterclockwise and dodged when they swung at you and then poke twice and then keep doing it, you could kill every boss in the game,
Yeah.
right? You just have to have that patience built into you, which I don't have. Everybody gets greedy. You're like 1, 2, and I think I can hit him again. And you hit him again, and he wallops you for half your health or one-shots you.
Yeah.
So it gets super frustrating because there's such on a hair trigger like that. One small mistake costs you the whole fight.
Right.
And that really starts to wear on you when you have them down to like 2 hits before they die.
Because
And you get all anxious and you get greedy to get that extra bit of health, and then they hit you because by then they've probably gone into their second form and are doing massive more damage every time they hit you
Yeah.
in big lightning storms and
Yeah.
craziness.
And if you die, you have to restart from the beginning of the fight. So boss at full health.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's normal.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. Yeah.
What would be worse? Like, I would be so angry if I had to play Noida. Like,
Liza P is really cool in that you can play, and if you feel like you're in a fight that you can't win, you can rubber band all of the minions. They won't chase you very far, so you can run away, and eventually they'll rubber band back to their starting position, but they don't heal. So if you catch yourself feeling like you're not ready, you can run away before you die, and then come back later, and they'll still be at the same health level, assuming you haven't died someplace else.
yeah.
Or gone back to they're not called bonfires. I forget what Liza P calls them, but your checkpoints.
Yeah.
If you don't go back and use a checkpoint to heal up, then they'll be at the same health, which is kind of cool because it lets you just kind of reset, get your frame of reference. Most of the games, when you rubber band, when they have enemies that stop chasing you and rubber band back to their starting point, they heal up as soon as they get back.
Elden Ring is sort of the same way. If you go back and you heal, the monsters respawn. But if you don't, then the monsters stay dead. Like in the level, like when you're in the area and you kill a bunch of monsters, those monsters will stay dead until you rest at a
Bonfire.
bonfire. Thank you. And then they come back to life.
Jade said that her number 3 sable cracked when she was painting with it.
Don't sit on it.
God, rule number 1: don't sit on the paintbrush.
Send a email to support, Jade.
Yeah.
They'll get you handled.
Baby J, you should paint an Elden Ring mini. I would love to. They don't really make them.
Yeah, they're all 3D printed STLs right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if Steamforge is going to get Elden Ring rights or not.
I think they did, actually. Somebody did. Pretty sure.
You don't know your own power.
If Zazin, if you can find a cool one, let me know.
I know it's not a broom fuse, is what she said.
What's that?
She says, I know it's not a broom fuse.
Dang.
Jade's calling you out.
No, she's not calling me out. She's calling herself out. She said she's a witch.
Oh, dang.
That's what she just said.
She said she's a witch.
She said Jade confirmed witch. Confirmed on stream.
On stream.
Everyone knows that I'm a witch.
Jade confirmed witch.
Could you please tell what you did for the red cape, which paints you used?
I'll try. Chat knows better than I do. I started with Dark Sea Ben, which is kind of a bluish green, greenish blue, as a base coat, believe it or not. And then I moved from that to burnt red. And then after burnt red, red oxide. Then a little bit of the orange red. And now I'm going back with a mix of bold, or really, let's say, orange red and warm flesh is what I'm using right now. So let me see if I can find them all out here, if I have them all out in front of me. Dark Sea Ben is the base coat, right? So you see it's kind of a greenish blue, bluish green, whatever you want to call it. I think we call it dark blue green. No, dark green blue. And then burnt red. And then red oxide. And then orange red. And then this is the mix of orange red and warm flesh.
You should just make it a real color.
It's called we joke and call it eclectic salmon.
I feel like you use it a lot.
Well, it was supposed to be in Louise. Well, it wasn't supposed to be in Louise's set. I wanted it to be in Louise's set. I thought it was a great color for her, but we wound up with orange red.
Oh, okay.
She wanted more vibrancy, more punch to it,
Gotcha.
which is both another color that we really wanted to do. So
Yeah.
yeah, the greenish blue base. I always try to start with a shadow color that shifts the main hue a little bit, so it's not just another red. So having that little bit of greenish blue gives it kind of a dirty, musty feel, you know, almost like a moldy cloth feel. I used purple for the shadows on the body. So he's got dark purple in the shadows. So I didn't want to use the same color on the cloak, although you definitely can. Like when you're doing your composition, you could use the same shadow color for everything and it'll bring the whole piece together. A lot of canvas painters will do that. I typically, for each major component on the model, will choose a different shadow color in the same realm. So if I go with a purple on the main figure, I'll go with a bluish cool tone on the cape, let's say, and then, you know, like a cool gray perhaps on the base, so that it still kind of pulls it all together, but not the exact same color. Just a preference on my end. Fun model, though. On the skin, I started with dark purple. And then the dark hot pink from Louise's set gives it the kind of reddish tone. And then I used the bright green from Louise's set as my underpainting colors, and a little bit of bismuth yellow as well. And then over the top of that, I did red gray for the initial flesh tone. Then a little bit of advanced flesh tone. And then I finished it out with dark warm flesh as a glaze.
Where
on the
did you
top.
put the advanced flesh tone?
Where?
Yeah.
It was done as a glaze to give kind of a little bit more of a pinkish tone after I did the red gray.
Mm-hmm.
Red gray is a fantastic color for starting off dead flesh, in my opinion. If we can find it. I regret telling Jordan to put my paints in my paint thing.
I told you.
Are they upside down and backwards?
Horrible. No, he didn't even do that. He did them by hue, but they're incorrect. He trolled me.
I told him.
So red gray is the color that I did for the flesh, and then over the top of that, I wanted to have, while that gives me a good base of skin, it looks like I don't have them up here. My Gorger Maw Pack for Warcry. I use this for the base of their skin, but then a little bit of a skin tone glazed over the top of that brought back a little bit more life.
Gotcha.
And then the warm flesh on the highlights really turned out to make it just kind of like this sickly green, right?
Yeah. Gotcha. So it was just, yeah, okay. It was a glaze that you made and you just put it all over the, like, every area of it?
Oh, yeah. Not every area. I use the advanced flesh tone only on the stuff that gets brighter.
Okay.
Let's see if we can punch in real
So
far
kind
here.
of like the higher edges then?
If we can do this. Bam. So yeah, you'll see that there's none of it like in the shadows here, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Just where you can see a little bit of that flesh tone probably peeking out, you know, from underneath my brightest spots. And all of it done really messy and fast. As you can see, just very sketchy to give it that kind of wrinkled, gross look. Because the model itself is just smooth. It doesn't have a lot of wrinkles in it. A couple of stretched spots between the muscles up here, but that's about it. A green color for skin undertoning. It was crazy helpful for you to understand skin tones. Yeah. Yeah, we have a video up on YouTube where I do the Wonder Woman. I think that's one of the better ones that we have for showing that off. But we've done a lot, like from everything from tiny space marine heads to full body busts and things like that. Underpainting flesh is my favorite way to paint any skin tone, regardless of color, whether it's, the Hulk we did it on, even though he's green skinned. So normally I would underpaint with a lot of greens, but on Hulk we underpainted with dark blue and the dark magenta. And then you do the green over that. It just gives it a lot more feel than if you do dark green, mid green, bright green, right? A lot more flair to the model. Depth. Neat way to use color and to play around. So even when doing colored skin, underpainting works. You just got to think maybe a little bit harder about what color would work underneath green or blue skin or whatever. I still have to paint the giant chalice. It hasn't, damn it.
Yep.
What
Still
giant
gotta paint
chalice?
highlights on more of the cape. I'm down to all the gribbly bits. This is the part of models I hate.
This model is turning into Freehand Central.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've turned that into like, guess what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
Custom patches.
I'm doing
and...
freehand on the bottle label.
Do you mean to pull up the picture again or no?
Yeah, if you can find a picture of like the back of the bottle, that'd be great.
Thinking. There you go.
Does it not wrap all the way around? Oh, it's smaller. Oh, actually, you can see the label right there.
Yeah.
No, on the it says Jack Daniel's 3.0 liter black label.
This?
No, it's up. You can see it, the whole label's unfolded. Yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, that's really funny.
Yeah.
So the back is actually
Separate.
separate. Yeah, it has part of a label. Oh man.
It doesn't have to be perfect, dude.
It's gotta be perfect.
It does have to be perfect.
Just make it your own thing. It's not gonna say Jack Daniels anyway.
You can tell that's a Jack Daniels
It
bottle,
does
though.
actually say number 7 Tennessee whiskey.
But you're gonna put noosh over it,
Oh dang it.
so you don't care.
Oh man, I forgot I was gonna.
Well, I guess he's not now.
Sebastian
That looks too
said you
good
don't
to
have,
write noosh over.
don't have a bottle of Jack in your break room you can pull out? No.
I mean, not that we're gonna admit here live. And of course, that's in my desk drawer. Duh.
I totally forgot. I was gonna write noosh on it.
Boneyard asked how to paint wood. Okay, wait, hold on. How do you paint a wood figure that has no wood texture?
Like a tree person or something, like one of the dryads or something like that doesn't have any bark.
I would use like a vertical texture, because like that, even if it doesn't have bark, you're still gonna have vertical texture from the lines in the wood.
I think he's just saying, yeah, it's not sculpted in.
Yeah, but if you paint in one direction, and you don't paint like super smooth thin layers, you'll actually create an uneven texture that goes all in one direction. So, like if I'm gonna paint something, here, I'll do a quick example of something on here. I'll use a lighter color like this. And I'll paint something like this, and I'll just paint it in this direction with these lines. Just make sure that the lines are all consistent in each part, right? So, like...
Fortunately, the only thing I have is the little bitty spot of wood on there where I've just done grain.
Because wood still has grain even if it's
Smooth.
even if it's smooth, right? You can't get rid of the grain in wood. It's just there.
Yeah, you could even do like cool knots.
Yeah, you could do little squiggly lines and dots and things like that. It doesn't have to be super perfect. Just give it the general idea of those lines
He's got
very
sculpted.
lightly, and you'll create a wood texture. Like if I were gonna create a wood texture on like this right here, I would paint a bunch of brown lines on it.
Boneyard is painting a Pinocchio figure.
So I'd go like
Painting a what?
Pinocchio figure?
Yeah, so it's got like smooth arms, legs, and everything. You just want to make it feel a little bit more like sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Liza P.
Oh, you definitely can't see that at all. I used a very dark color.
It's also out of frame, so.
Not out of frame. I'm
Oh.
painting on this.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. You literally can't see it at all.
I thought you were still painting on the.
No.
Ooh, squiggle. Squiggly line.
You just kind of create these lines that go in a single direction. And it'll create the effect of wood grain. So you paint your base color, you do your highlights, and you build up the grain as you go.
Make sure you do the grain through everything from shadow to highlight.
Yep.
Don't just do it with your highlight. It won't look real.
Mad Malachite said those lines look like my results when trying to do a straight line.
Then you already know how to paint wood.
Those, yeah, just
You're-
try to
you're
do
gonna
straight
be
lines.
Great at painting wood. A++.
Game Delay said, when did Jordan get a wood model? Looks so real. Oh, good, Nutrimentra. I'm glad you figured it out. He said that the differences aren't as obvious with a single coat over black, but a second pass brought out more difference with the drab brown and dark green brown.
Good. Yeah, over black, you're probably going to have to do multiple coats because they'll just be dark browns. But that's the same of, umbers and all of the browns. They build them up a little bit.
There is probably a YouTube video of a canvas painter doing wood grains. Yeah, probably.
Game Delay said, the more real this Captain Lawrence starts looking, the more I'm worried for his mental health. Yeah, he's probably gone through some stuff.
I mean, the guy's got
He's got Jack and Coke.
Jack and Coke
So
attached to his head
life can't be that good, huh?
with a little mechanical bird with a clothespin on its mouth, or as a mouth. I don't know what's going on. Got a pack of cigarettes strapped to the folds of his shirt. This guy knows how to party. I'm just telling you right now.
I've seen things.
I mean, the dude's squinting with one eye and looking at you with a big ol' other eye.
He's wondering why you're interrupting his afternoon drinking session.
Yeah. Why are you here?
He's got that it's Lawrence, not Larry, with his eye twitching kind of look. Does. He definitely looks like he's trying to intimidate somebody.
He's trying to what? Intimidate?
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Couldn't be a nicer guy.
Well, I don't trust them.
I don't trust him.
If I had kids, I wouldn't let my kids around him.
That's
What?
probably
Uncle
wise.
Lawrence? Gabe, I got a new directive for you, buddy.
What is it now?
I don't know if he's here.
I'm gonna need Gabe to take on the Uncle Lawrence persona
Oh.
in Shelby's.
Please don't. I don't want you to be Uncle Lawrence.
That's her brother.
He said, I'm scared. Gabe, don't do it.
Gabe,
Don't listen to him.
do it, Gabe.
No. He said, sign me up.
See?
What do I have to do?
I knew.
No, he doesn't know yet what he has to do.
You need to strap a bottle of Jack Daniels to your head. And
I need you to become Uncle Lawrence.
Yeah.
Take care of business.
Don't worry, I've done all the legwork. You know exactly what he's supposed to look like.
Oh.
I need you to be the uncle of questionable
Decision making.
decision making.
Jason wants you to have a terrible relationship with my future children.
No, I think his relationship with the children will be great. I think it's his relationship with his sister that's going to see a little bit of a decline.
Yes.
The kids are going to love him. The kids are going to have a bad relationship with mom, too. I've got this whole family plan going now because the kids are going to hate Shelby because she's like, you never let us see Uncle Gabe.
Gabe won't. Uncle Lawrence will. He's gonna have altered egos. Great.
Who are we today, Gabe or Lawrence? I need to know who my kids are dealing with.
Gabe, I'm buying you one of these hats.
Thank you, Boneyard.
So you can have the persona at will. What color do I paint the box of cigarettes?
It would probably be like a different beat up white with like a red, red top and like semicircle cutting into the white below where the cigarettes are, maybe.
They're also alpaca reds.
Yeah. So you need to have the red part drop down far enough to where you can do alpaca in it.
Yeah.
But it could be another. I mean, it could have another color too. Just red and white feels like Marlboro
Do you want me
or
to look
Lucky
it up?
Strikes. Yeah, white box, red circle kind of thing.
Oh,
But not just a circle. It'd be like a red cap, and then the half circle comes down from the cap into the box front.
I guess I could convert camels into alpacas.
Oh, that's also true.
Can I get an alpaca cigarettes?
Oh my God, yes. I need an alpaca cigarettes.
Oh, jeez.
Mike, I need you to look straight at the camera right now. Mike, step away from the keyboard. Step away from the keyboard,
Jen
Mike.
would be furious.
I need you to save all of us a lot of grief.
Yeah, please. As much as I would love to see Jen's reaction, when
I'm going to
that
start
happened,
flinching every time I hear a oot, 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 like truck backing up if you...
Oh my gosh. Lucky Strike. Marlboro. Cigarette box.
Do you want me to look up the Camel cigarette box?
It's a pack of cigarettes that will probably get you better results.
Final highlight, beige red. That's my final offer. That's going to be really rough.
Camel?
The pack. Got a lot of details. It's got a lot of gilding around the corners and stuff.
It does.
Well, remember, we're
It's
not
like painting
doing
Library of
camel.
Alexandria on
We're
it.
doing
We're
alpacas.
not doing camels.
Oh,
we're doing alpacas.
I'm pointing at it like you can see it. But that one looks good. The one with a stripe. It's kind of a yellow pack
Which one?
with the stripe up and down. No, down, Shelby. Down and to the right.
Yeah. I like that.
The one with a stripe on the right.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm
That one you
into
could
that.
do. That one's a lot easier on you.
It is. Hello, T. Schmidt. Welcome.
Hola, T. Schmidt. How is life?
Life be lifin'. Like a box of alpaca cigarettes.
Eridu said, I got all the new paints yesterday. Now all my shelves are updated with color organized by hue. Can you clear it with me next time before you launch more paints? I'm running out of shelves.
No. That's not how that works. What are you talking about?
Jordan, you're out of frame.
Sorry.
I forgive you.
Thanks.
I don't know if they will, though.
They'll forgive me.
Cannibalistic zombie doesn't.
Hold him accountable.
If I get more shelves, I need more walls, then a new house. Have you seen interest rates? Yeah, they're terrible. You'll have to just hang your paints from the ceiling, I think. That's the only way. Source said alpaca cigs are no filter.
Wait, do they exist?
Wow.
They better not exist.
No, they don't exist. He's just saying that in a world where they have alpaca cigarettes, they definitely don't have filters.
I think they've got filters. I can believe that they've got filters.
Game Delay said, I've actually been thinking about attaching storage shelves to the ceiling down here. I have no idea how that would work, but I believe in you. Source said, no, just saying Lawrence comes across as a no filter kind of guy. Yeah, he definitely has no filter with any aspect of his life, I'm sure.
Hopefully Gabe's taking notes.
Yeah, Gabe, you taking notes? There's going to be a quiz at the end of stream. We got to make sure you get the persona right. We gotta tell this to John next time he's around. Just so we can get what's his face, a friend.
Who?
Daryl?
Daryl, thank you.
We talking about John Venus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Feel like Daryl and Larry, not Lawrence, would be friends.
I don't know how picky Daryl is with his friends, so yeah, that might be interesting.
Apparently, there are alpaca cigarette cases, but not actual cigarettes.
What does alpaca cigarette cases mean?
It's just a case.
Like a carrying case?
Made in alpaca, Germany. Yeah, it's
Oh,
you
okay.
put your cigarettes in it. You want to be fancy. If I was a smoker, I probably would have a cigarette case, and it would probably be super bougie looking. Be awesome.
Oh dear.
The lung cancer would not be awesome, but the cigarette case would be.
Oh, help me.
No.
Philip said, "Are we still talking about alpaca lipstick? Always."
Yeah, I mean, the alpaca brand of the tobacco magnate of the alpaca company, whatever the heck.
Keep going.
I can't give a straight face and say stupid stuff like that.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Oh gosh, the alpaca brand likes to branch out into additional things like lipstick, you know? Jordan. Oh god.
They're actually candy cigarettes.
Oh, that's even better. I want to believe that that's what Lawrence has.
Candy cigarettes.
Uncle Lawrence is like 3 years straight and has traded nicotine
for candy.
for candied cigarettes because he's got to have something in between his fingers like that.
Doris said the alpaca lipstick tastes like kissing a smoker.
That's so good.
Panic Bomb Arcade said, Jordan, did your lunch have weird looking mushrooms on it today? Did it have weird looking mushrooms on it before?
No.
What?
No. No, I can't say that it did.
Why is Panic Bomb asking if your lunch had weird looking mushrooms on it?
Why does Panic Bomb ask anything?
Panic Bomb, I'm sorry that these two are very innocent children. They don't understand. But I got the reference. Thank you.
Oh.
Wait, you asking if I'm doing mushrooms? No, I am not. Thank you.
They're the fancy cigarettes where if you blow them, dust comes out.
I did not drugs for lunch. I'm not convinced that Jordan is not on drugs right now. Oh.
He drank a Capri Sun.
I did have a Capri Sun
Capersun.
at the beginning of the stream. In fact, there's another one right here.
It's warm though. You don't want that.
But 2 is too many in one day.
It was too many in one lifetime.
That's probably true as well.
Whoa.
They're not great.
They're horrible.
They're really not good.
Apparently you should freeze them. Was it a red one? It was berry. The flavor
I
was
had the berry
berry.
flavor. And it was not delicious.
Oh.
It was just sugar.
It's literally
I
just
mean,
sugar.
they're always just sugar. It's just what flavor of sugar you want.
Red is not a flavor, Shelby.
I mean, Mountain Dew Code Red.
Also not a flavor.
Exactly.
Nothing Mountain Dew has ever done is a flavor.
You should not use that to make your argument.
Talking to me?
Yes,
Why?
because
Why
Mountain
not?
Dew Code Red, not okay.
What's wrong with that Code Red?
Everything.
Whoa, hold on now.
I said it.
Are you talking smack about Mountain Dew Code Red right now?
Sounds like it.
Do we need to have a Mountain Dew intervention?
I think the Red Bull yesterday made my tummy hurt.
Yeah, I can't do those.
I got home and I was like, why do I feel blech?
You didn't have oh, you did have
I did have a Red Bull. But that doesn't happen with the other flavors. So maybe it's just the original flavor.
Your constitution was weak.
No. I think it was just that flavor.
You must drink more Red Bull to counteract the feeling.
I don't think.
I don't think that's how that should work. Alright. Time to make some alpaca reds. So we can have Larry buy himself an alpaca of cigarettes.
Cannibalistic Zombie, energy drinks taste amazing.
And heart palpitations.
Yeah, I was going to say. Are you trying to die early?
I'm not gonna eat bold titanium white paint liquor. I don't eat paint because I'm not a crazy person.
I'm not a crazy person. There.
I don't eat the paint. I just eat the lead. That's not better.
Can you suck the lead out of paint? Is this what I'm hearing?
Sounds like you have a superpower.
You need better hobbies.
Me or them? Magneto?
A magnet. Don't eat it, drink it. No. Don't consume it. Okay, Brutal Burrito has another Elden Ring update. I've abandoned the night and made my way to the beach, killed the giant on my second try, started killing penguins, then felt bad and stopped. After my last fiasco with attacking an NPC, I decided not to strike first on the guy chilling by the bonfire. My mistake. Went back, beat him, made my way up to the beach into a dark cave fighting goblin-looking dudes. Now I'm fighting the chief.
Wait, the guy by the bonfire sells you stuff.
What?
What are you killing the guy by the bonfire for? He sells you stuff. He's
Well,
one of the
he
merchants.
said my mistake, so he must have gone up and he started attacking him.
Oh, yeah.
This is making me want to go play.
I don't remember if... Oh, he attacked you first? Nah, I don't think so. Did you roll into him?
I don't think so. That's not. You're lying. Did you give him a mean look?
Cannibalistic Zombie, there are places that put shimmery stuff into drinks. I think Dutch Bros did that for a while. They would put like the shimmer stuff, and it was like you're drinking a metallic paint, I guess.
Goldschlager. Goldschlager. Oh, if you attack one merchant, they're all mad at you? That could be. But that's the first merchant, right? There's not another one. Oh, no, there is. There's one in
There's one in a hut floating around somewhere.
not in the hut, in the ruins. The first ruins you get to, the guy dressed like Santa Claus, right?
Yeah. Box of alpaca
Source.
reds.
That sounds like a great misuse of gold. I've had cognac with actual gold in it. What a waste of gold. That can't be good for you, right?
What's that?
Ingesting gold?
You can
It's
eat gold.
actually, yeah, it's a mineral. I mean, you don't want to like eat like gold jewelry, but
Yeah.
yeah, gold and silver. Silver is actually really good for you.
What?
Yeah, they put like gold on food.
Yeah, they'll do.
It's stupid and there's no reason for it.
This seems like a
But-
terrible idea.
And in fancy schmancy places, you can get like gold leaf on your food.
Yep.
Certain dishes are served that way.
Yep.
Oh.
Ridiculous and a waste of money.
Just put the microplastics directly into your bloodstream. Heridu said, what paint do you recommend adding to my soil for my garden this year? Last year I added more burnt sienna. My tomatoes were on fire.
I'm gonna need you to step away from the garden.
I'm gonna need you to step away from the everything.
Brutal Burrito said the only guy I attacked was the flower dude. Here's hoping that didn't derail the whole playthrough.
So you'll learn very quickly in Dark Souls games, don't attack NPCs until you learn more about them, because it can ruin some of the ability to get through the game. With Elden Ring, I don't think that's the case, but in other Dark Souls games, it very much is. You can, I mean, it's abusive. Some of them you can miss out on like 25% of the game if you kill particular NPCs. Like, you won't be able to progress. Pretty brutal. Because they don't tell you that.
That's pretty terrible.
Can you kill the Shrine Maiden early in Dark Souls 2? Is that the one? One of them, I think they patched it, but one of them you could wind up killing the Shrine Maiden and you could never level up through the whole game.
That's hilarious.
I think they patched that. Must have been 3. Yeah, you can get forgiveness at the church for all your past sins. So you can beat NPCs up, but then you got to make it to the church. And he just started the game, so that ain't going to happen. You got to go meet the turtle.
Oh,
The Pope
you can
turtle.
get forgiveness from the Pope turtle? That's great.
What's the statue that's there, right? Or wait, no. It's not
It's
even
the
that.
turtle.
It's not even that deal, is it?
Oh.
He teaches you
He teaches you holy spells.
holy spells.
Yeah.
No, I think it's even further than that, isn't it? forget what ruins it is. Oh my god, now I gotta go play again. Been a long enough time, I should probably go. I almost think it's the one out in the Bloodlands.
There is a way that you can undo the flame thing. You know what I'm talking about.
The two-finger thing?
Yeah.
Is it Lakes of Liurnia? The church in Lakes of Liurnia? Okay. Yeah, he ain't gonna get there anytime soon.
Oh yes, that's the second zone.
So he hasn't even gone through even a small portion of the first zone.
True, but you can go directly to the second zone. It's scary, but you can't do it.
Everyone here gonna play the DLC when it gets out? I definitely will do.
I absolutely will be. Yeah, no, I'm definitely. I know that that's Mikkela's needle. I was just making sure that that wasn't the same thing that you guys were talking about. I just remember the box in the bottom half of the beginning area that teleports you to one of the end game areas, and you walk forward and you get smacked by a big giant, and you die.
That's in one of the cellars.
No, that one's at the top of a lookout. There's another one in the cellars that will take you to a different place.
Oh.
The one I'm thinking of takes you to the castle.
Me too, Mad Malachite. I'm in the same position.
I would almost urge you to try it. But don't buy it. Go play it at somebody's house or something.
What's that?
Elden Ring.
Oh.
It's hard for me to not suggest it to literally everybody.
How much is it?
Like $59.
It's a full game.
That is pretty hefty.
Yeah. I had never played a Souls game before though, so I had never played a Dark Souls or any of that other games, but I like open world kind of fun explory stuff, and I like weird, creepy, bizarre horror-y type stuff like that. The game's kind of it is that the game is weird.
Cannibalistic, when you said you gave up after 4 hours of not being able to beat the first boss in Dark Souls, you're not talking about the actual first boss. You're talking about the one after you get into the game. I'm assuming, not the demon, the first demon, right?
That just kills you.
Because that one, to kill it, you got to be really, really good at Souls games.
You said correct.
Okay. Because you only get one chance. But if you're reloading your character and going back and trying to kill that one for 4 hours.
Yeah, that sounds like what my buddy did. Because his first thing when he played Elden Ring is he killed the knight on the horse.
Yeah.
He literally did not stop until he killed the knight on the horse. I was like, you are crazy. He's like, I am also killing this horse. And I was like, okay, have fun. Huh?
I remember, I have a distinct memory of, I was very young, so the fact that I still remember it is proof of how scarring it was for me. My dad was playing Red Dead Redemption, and he had this horse, and he got mauled by a cougar, and the horse died, but then he killed the cougars, but the horse was dead, and he skinned the horse, and I just remembered sobbing. I was so sad that he skinned this horse.
Dad, why'd you skin this horse?
I remember it to this day. It was terrible. Because also in Red Dead, it shows all, the muscles and stuff, so,
creepy.
there's just a skinned horse.
It actually just shows you skinning the horse? That's horrifying. Why does it do that?
It was awful.
That's a totally skippable bit of visual content there.
Right. But also he didn't have he didn't have to skin a horse. He could have just left it.
Gosh, that's amazing. What a reply. Waste not.
Paint Liquor, I don't receive that. I reject that.
That's amazing. Oh.
But
so
the virtual
good.
horse was virtually dead. My
Yes,
emotions were
yes.
very real. My sadness Was felt.
Brutal Burrito left the cave after killing one chief, only for the other to kill me. Found another dude by a bonfire. He's the merchant. My playthrough is safe.
Yeah, the two goblin war chiefs are hard early in the game because there's so much coming at you at once. You can draw the first one out of the fighting area though and beat him in the tunnel, and then the other one's much easier to fight.
Wait, which goblin war
The
chief
beach
is this?
cave has the dual bosses in it.
Oh, yeah.
The one, there's a story there if you get the goblin that is pretending he's a tree or whatever. And he tells you to go down there and you'll find him and
That game is so
save
good.
him. And there's a lot of sub stories in that area.
I remember Alexander, the pot gladiator. This character is a big pot, by the way.
Awesome.
He's just a pot.
Like, what kind of pot? Like a flower pot? Or
Yes.
a decorative pot?
Yes.
Or...
Yes.
Just Google it.
A cooking pot. Yes.
Remove Camel cigarette box and type in Elden Ring Alexander.
Last time I
I'm
checked,
so scared.
It's not scary.
all pots are used to be the same thing.
No.
Planting, cooking, they're all the same.
Piss pot. That is different. You don't want to pee in the same place that you cook.
Hey, you know what? We don't fetish shame here.
He's a pot.
Oh yeah, I'd say that's more decorative.
He's a pot.
He's like a decorative planter pot with soup.
This is a regular character that you meet throughout the game.
He looks fun.
He is fun.
Until he's not.
Looks like someone you could grab
Also,
a beer
yes.
with. Aw, look at this one. That's adorable.
There are pot children.
There's pot children.
There
You
are
have, to,
pot
you have to
children.
kill millions of them in the game.
What?
There's like a whole city of pot people.
What did they do?
And they talk to you about Alexander.
Why do you have to kill the pot people?
They're horrible.
What? There's no way. Not if you look like that.
These memes are so funny.
Not good pots.
he just wants to be the greatest gladiator in the world.
They're so sweet though. They look kind.
Yeah, the first time you meet him, you have to kick him real hard
What?
because he's stuck in the ground.
Awesome. Just
How did
helping
he
a
get
guy
stuck?
out.
How did he get stuck in?
You can get actual planters that look like them.
Shelby is gonna play this game just for the pot children.
Not if I have to kill them.
You don't have to kill them.
You do. Not in the city. Everywhere else. They're
Oh.
not friendly.
Yeah, there are other weird little pot monsters that will attack you.
I don't want to kill them. They're so sweet.
How about this? This is an interesting question. If you could have a miniature to paint of any character in Elden Ring, what character would it be?
What's her nuts? Michaela?
You're talking about the sword lady with all the poison lady?
Yeah.
That is
No, it's
Philip, you
corruption,
say
not
that
poison.
thinking that I understand what that means.
Yeah, you're right. It's,
But I
it's
don't.
corruption, not poison. Not Mikola. It's what's her face? Oh my gosh. What is her name? Why is this?
I found a crochet pattern.
Millennia.
Millennia.
Yeah. That is the only fight that I never finished in the game.
Oh, I don't want to be Elden Ring Lord.
I probably should play through the game again and kill all the bosses in the game with a different build.
This is the cutest thing. I would embroider little filigree designs on it too, because that looks boring. But the shape,
That looks
the shape is
boring.
cute.
I want everybody to know that Shelby has found crochet instructions for the pot boys from Elden Ring. Little pot characters. Monument playthrough of Elden Ring? Jabe, I'm in! Put it on the calendar! Or I meant to say whiteboard, but calendar works too. Let's do it.
Either way, write it down.
Yeah, write it down.
That looks so fun.
And we have to get Shelby to play, because that would make it so much more funny.
Not if I have to kill pot children.
You don't have
It'd be
to.
funny for the first 20 minutes before she started chasing us all around because she got so sick of dying.
It would be fun.
Or she'd be like my nephew and she'd just get stuck farming the knights in that first area because...
Wait, Gabe never got past the first boss?
No.
Gabe!
He gave up.
You gave up?
Gabe's a quitter.
Gabe, I'm...
Ask Christopher
Nice.
how many controllers he breaks trying to play these games.
Gabe, we need to make this not be where you stopped. Christmas Sushi stopped at the fire giant? Oh my gosh.
He said he got so mad. Fire Giant used to be a really bad fight. I don't know when he was,
It was
fighting him
brutal.
before they
It was
detuned him.
brutal.
If they detuned him.
Now I
first
want
or
to play it
after,
just to
but-
prove you wrong.
You should. The game is genuinely really fun. There's lots of really cool things to explore and find. I would play for a while without pulling up a map of everything. Once you're like ready to find cool stuff and make a cool build, then you can like find out where things are. But
Christopher said he is not a good person playing that game.
very bad. You can play the bad guy. That's fine.
It's great if you struggle with low blood pressure.
Well, get your blood pressure up. That's
My
for sure.
blood pressure is fine.
I like the pots.
Look at them. Did you see that? I want to grow things in that.
I will tell you, Alexander does want to fight you, but he's a gentleman about it.
Silly goose.
He gives you the option.
Well, I refuse to get killed by a pot.
He only gives you the option in one of the storylines. You have to fight him in
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
because he
that's-
loses his mind.
Oh.
Gabe said no, he's not bad in the game. He gets bad in real life. Hi, James.
See, James. Oh gosh, it's 3:59.
It is 3:59.
Well, well, well.
Brutal Burrito just said you can't swim in this game.
Yeah, no.
Did you find that out the hard way? I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Architect said, so you're saying the pot cracked?
Yeah, exactly the pun they were going for, probably.
Yep. Yep.
There you go. Chalice.
Did it. Love
Chalice.
it.
One and done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. One less thing to paint.
2 colors.
That's perfect. Even better. Even better.
Philip ain't getting a whole... Philip don't get to choose.
Don't forget the candles.
Hey,
Well, that
I
reminds
told
me.
Phil he gets
I
to
need to
pick...
get a lighter.
Phil has to paint the candles.
Where are the candles?
Right in there.
Oh, he's gonna paint those.
Oh.
You let him paint that. He has to bleed a little bit.
Now reprime the model.
Now reprime the model.
Oh, that's terrible.
Can you imagine? Like, I'm like, Philip,
Yeah, your model's almost done. Here you go.
Philip, I'm done painting it. I had a great time. I'm going to reprime it for you now.
Yeah, now you can have fun painting it.
Oh my
Like,
God.
No!
Oh my God. Can you imagine how many times I would die? I feel like that would be really,
You
really
would be
bad.
very sad.
I feel like that would be really, really bad.
Jason is not the type to repaint models.
I feel like that would be very, very bad.
That's like most definitely not a thing that like he wants to be doing.
Game delay. I think Philip has 2.
What's that?
Doesn't he have 2 Usherons?
He
I'm
was
pretty
here
sure.
in chat. He can confirm or deny. Oh my gosh, get a second copy of the model just so you can prank him into thinking you primed it. So good. What you have to do is you have to like paint one part of it exactly the same on the other model and then like have missed a little bit of priming on that so it can really look like it was primed over and be like, here you go. Enjoy, Philip.
It's way too much commitment.
Yeah. I mean, that's going deep for the bit. It would be funny though. That's the way to convince him that it is happening.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice. Look at.
It's been off the whole time.
What?
Yeah.
On purpose?
Mhm.
I could have sworn that it was on earlier.
It was on earlier, and I think Chris turned it off.
Christopher?
Oh, I think.
OMG Mike, what did you buy?
What did you buy? What?
This better be the display, the black sword display for yourself.
No. None of us want to go through the work of actually having to do that.
No. Also, Philip already has a second one.
Yeah, Philip also has a second one.
All right. We're very close. I'm happy with the cloak.
Yeah, cloak looks great.
And then I just need to
Matt Varnish is looking good.
do the rope that holds the chalice on, and then paint the black on the rim of the base. And I'm giving it to Philip. He can finish anything he doesn't like.
Yes.
What if he reprimes over it?
Oh my. Yeah, I'm like, hey Jason, I'm gonna.
Hey man, I'm gonna ask Gabe to take some photos, and then it'll be done. Whatever. Whatever, man. It's Phil's to do with as he wishes. I'll let chat decide whether or not Phil lives if he repaints it. Right? That would make for a crazy video though. If Phil was like, so Jason painted a model for me, and to show my gratitude, I'm painting it over.
Yeah. Told me I could paint. Told me I could paint whatever I didn't like, so I'm
It's
repriming it.
I kind of wish he'd done a purple cloak. Let's paint it over real quick.
I'm going to test the matte varnish a little bit more. I was happy with it off the brush. Usually varnishes off the brush don't work as well as through the airbrush, but it worked very well through the brush. So the only areas where it had a little problem matting it down on one coat was in the deepest recesses where the most paint had built up prior. But even now you can see in the shadows that we're pretty matte, right? So not too much. There's a couple of areas like maybe right in this dark spot here where I caught a little bit of shine right there.
I think that might have even just been an area where the satin from the previous layer is coming through. Because I'm looking at that area where you went over it heavily with the matte varnish, and it's looking pretty solidly matte.
Oh yeah, everywhere where I got it, like on the top spots, is really good. Like the only real lighting is the stuff that I've painted on there, which is what I wanted. It's funny that we took away the satin sheen so that we could paint it back exactly the way it looked with the satin sheen, but with a matte paint. So.
What matte varnish is this? This is our matte varnish.
Yeah, we tried to release it a while back, but we got lucky in testing in a humid environment. It wound up being more satin than we like. So I'll come back at the end and test it with the airbrush too. It's a gin. It's a wild gin appears.
Hello. No, probably not.
Try that one. Try again.
Hello.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, turn her way up.
Well, I think we need to fix the microphone. I have chair left microphone on right now.
And that's chair left.
That's chair right, isn't it?
No, that's chair left.
Oh.
It's when you
it's
put
from
them
the
on the screen.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's the camera that's probably labeled backwards. But
Yeah.
I think that
Vector, yeah, that's the problem, or Vector. That's what our hope is that we can give you one that works in probably like 2 coats off the brush. The problem when you brush it on is that you've got to keep a pretty damp brush to varnish, and when you dilute varnish, you dilute the matte, right? That's just the way that works. So being able to spray it through the airbrush without any dilution is where you'll get the best matting, right? When you're using the brush, you just have to be able to kind of be patient enough to get the brush damp, dry the brush almost completely, get some varnish, paint it on, then dampen the brush, dry it completely, get varnished. You can't just continue going into it because it starts gumming up and you'll start pulling it because it's so thick. So a little bit funnier to work with, but it definitely will work.
Jordan, did you do a patch or anything on the back of his vest?
Yeah, he did a big heart.
I did.
Oh, it looks so good.
How great is that,
Looks
right?
really good.
I also painted the bottle of Jack Daniels,
Oh, very cool.
and I painted the alpaca cigarettes.
My God, that's amazing.
I painted an alpaca of alpaca cigarettes. Oh
A
my
pack
gosh,
of alpaca
that's so hard to
cigarettes.
say.
Keep trying. Keep trying.
Was it a post alpaca
Oh.
I can't do it either. Post alpaca
So we have 2
lipstick.
positions open, chat.
But I was trying to say, I can say post apocalyptic. I was trying to say it wrong, and that's where I messed up.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a pack of alpaca cigarettes.
We're hoping to have
Alpaca.
Texture Trainer number 2 back along with Texture Trainer number 1 here very soon. So next week, if not by the weekend. I don't think by the weekend is going to happen. Unfortunately, our miniature guy has been out sick today. So I was hoping to get some better updates for you. But we'll know more tomorrow when he's back in. Oh, we may not because I won't be here.
Yeah, you won't.
So probably next week.
Yikes.
Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. For those of you that may be new here, please hit that follow button. We'd love to see you back. We stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Arizona time. Phoenix, Arizona time, to be exact. We're going to get some links. There we go. Check out all the links that Shelby has thrown up in stream there. You can come check out all of our products at monumenthobbies.com, as well as our local gaming store finder, where you can locate somebody hopefully closer to you, where you can go support your local gaming store and buy Monument products there. Check us out on the YouTubes. We stream live on YouTube and Twitch, but the video goes live into the live tab on YouTube as soon as we quit. So you can go check up on anything you missed, or if you want to catch up on back episodes of the show. And then, of course, join us on the Discord where, is he here? Has he said it? Ghost Hunter here? We have a lot of amazing artists and Ghost Hunter. But we
Who
don't
is
know what
also
Ghost
an
Hunter's
amazing
doing.
artist.
Who is also an amazing artist.
But yeah, so come check us out. Stick around. If you're over on YouTube, might want to jump over to Twitch. We do a raid, so you can come catch out with some more hobby goodness as we go into the evening. Make sure to show some love in the chat we wind up in. It's free to hit a follow button. Do it, do it, do it. And remember, we'll be streaming tomorrow. You'll have Jordan and Christopher.
Ooh.
Christopher McSushi
Who knows what's
will
gonna
be in
happen.
here. You guys are in for it.
I have an idea.
You guys
what
are in
might
for it
happen.
tomorrow. I'm kind of glad I'll be miles away. I'm not going to lie.
You'd actually probably really enjoy that, to be honest with you.
But Jen and I will be gone tomorrow, back on Monday. So have a wonderful weekend, and we will catch you on the flip side, guys. Adios.
See you, everyone.
Bye.